Alright, hello folks to the Celeste any percent run for SASE Marathon. A few quick things I want to say before we actually start the game. This is a 2D platformer which is hella precise. Even though it requires a lot of concentration, I will do the talking explanation on the way, since there's a lot to talk about. Just for the route itself, this chapter contained of this game contains of 9 chapters, and for any percent we will do the first 7. And yeah, you have 3 main ways of moving in this game. You can jump, you can dash, and you can climb. And on the way I will combine all of them to get really fast. And there's a few things here and there I will explain on the way. But for now, I'm ready to start the bagel bites. So I will just count down, and yeah, then we'll start. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we start in prologue. As you can see, I'm not dashing, I'm just hopping around, since the dash is a mechanic we only get at the end of this prologue. It serves as little story intermission to get the story going. And every single hop here I do saves around 2 frames, so hopping is essential for a good start of the run. So now I just skip the cutscene where I get my dash, and now things will get fast real quick. As I said earlier, you can combine movements, and I will mostly combine jump and dash to get variations of height and speed, like here. There's things like corner boost, like this one. Very many different little things in this run I cannot explain on the way, since they're just happening way too fast. General thing to mention about this game: every single chapter has its own mechanics, as well as things that apply for every chapter. So this is the first one, City. It introduces us to those zipper blocks. And it serves as general introduction to the game, since it's a very short chapter. We are already halfway through. Yeah, and you see me doing a lot of hopping, a lot of different dash mechanics. And as you can see, there are also berries in this game. You can collect them, but this would be another run, which is aptly named Alright Berries. They're finally watchable, and this was the first chapter already. So 1.5 minutes in, and we're done with the first chapter of 7. I don't know if they only save time if you hop frame perfectly, but they definitely save time. Okay, on to the second chapter. Actually, one of the cooler ones, also very short. You're entering a dream world, probably your own. And as you can see here, there are those gray blocks, which do nothing at the moment, but we will activate them in a second here. So now we have dream blocks, and we can dash through those dream blocks, and we can do some crazy things with them, which I'll explain later. For now, this is just dashing through the stage. Oh, did I mention that the theme of this game is climbing a mountain? So we want to go up, higher and higher. But here we have the first problem. This is Madeline, the main character of this game. Her name is Madeline, and this is her bad part, if you will. And she is chasing us through this level because she don't want us to succeed. This game has an awesome story. I don't want to spoil too much, but really tried out. Helped a lot of people with a lot of different things. As I say, I don't want to spoil. Oh, damn it. This was a bad death. I just recently learned a new strat there and wanted to try it. Didn't get it. Yeah, now that we're talking about it, there are a lot of hard strats in this game. I will attempt every single one I implemented so far. But there are a few ones I don't want to waste too much time if I don't get them, so I will try them one time and then go on with safer strats if I don't get them. So we are coming to an end here with the dreams section. And enter the probably easiest and hardest section at the same time in this game. Because in casual playthrough you cannot die here. But in terms of speed tactics, this is probably one of the hardest checkpoints in the game. You can really easily mess up the movement here, which I did. But for this game it's also essential that you adjust on the fly. So if you don't get a stretch, just go on. That probably applies for every speed game out there. Now we enter the Celestial Resort. This is the first longer chapter in the run. It introduces you also to cycles, which is why the game, or the chapter itself is, what is the word? It's liked and hated by many people. So here you can see those dust bunnies. So that is their name. They're essentially what the name says. Okay. They're just bunnies made of dust, since this hotel is closed for many years now. And the dust itself got alive. Or began living. Oh. Oh, if there's any donation, please feel free to interrupt me anytime. Otherwise, I will try to explain the best I can.
Yeah, we currently do not have any new donations, so feel free to keep explaining.
Alright. As you just saw, there are coins where you need to collect those. Other way around, there are rooms where you need to collect coins. This will be more important later, since those rooms get progressively more difficult. Now we're entering huge mess checkpoint. So every chapter is divided by checkpoints. So if you quit out and go back into the game, you can actually choose on which checkpoint you want to start. As I said, this is huge mess, and here as a casual player you can actually decide which route you go. There are 3 ways to go. This here is the chest route. There's also towels and books. You need to visit all 3 of them, but the order in which you visit them is entirely up to you. As speedrunners, for sure, we have an optimal route, which is the one I'm doing right now. Starts by chest, goes into books, and ends in towels. Sadly, I cannot show off a little nice glitch here where you could choose one way to go, which is used in another category, but there is a similar trick coming up in the 5th chapter. I will explain it when we are there. So, second thing done. The general theme of this hotel is, you saw that little ghost there. He is the manager of the hotel, and we help him clean this whole thing up, since he's not able to do that on his own, it seems. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'll take it safe here. Alright, so this checkpoint is done. We only need to enter the elevator shaft, which has a very, very interesting technique coming up, which is called the demo dash. Normally you are not able to... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that never happened before. You can actually crouch while you're dashing in this game, which alters Madeline's hitbox to be a little bit tinier. so that you can actually fit through walls where you shouldn't fit through. I will show that here. Taking a safety route down, and then come on. Here we go. Took me quite a bit to get a setup, but yeah, this is how it works. You just dash through a wall where you shouldn't dash through, just because Madeline's hitbox with the demo dash is tiny enough. I think it's 2 pixels that it fits through the gap in between those well, hit detection points within the wall. So now there was a bit of story going on. I don't want to spoil too much, but the manager's angry at us, as you see. And now we are trying to flee from the hotel, which we do as fast as we could as speedrunners. This is also a point where many casual players first start to struggle, since it's quite a bit pressuring. Ooh. And also, as I said earlier, almost everything in this chapter is cycle based. So if you're not getting your cycle that you're used to, you tend to die quite often. Alright, so 3rd chapter done, 4 more to go. And now coming up is a very infamous chapter called Golden Ridge. Golden Ridge introduces 3 new mechanics. The first one you see right at the beginning here, it's clouds. Clouds you can just jump from them a bit. Then we have those green bubbles, which put you in one direction. Oh. And we have wind coming up here. And wind is kind of tricky thing, since depending on where you are in the chapter, the wind is more strong or more weak. And you need to adjust the way you're playing to the wind. Oh. I'm messing up quite a bit right now. Oh, that's okay. Oh, come on. Okay, so coming up is the next big skip. Well, it's not too big, but it's kind of precise and impressive. Let's see whether I get it. I will only attempt it 1 try. Don't want to lose too much time here. Wait. Oh. Damn it, I have alerts on, I'm sorry. But thank you very much. Oh, another thing to mention is that usually as speedrunners we have the luck that in between chapters the time is not running. So in the Celeste community, we are tracking the time by in-game time. So the timer is not running in between chapters, and so we can take breaks in between chapters, which I cannot do here in this marathon run. This is why the end timing will be quite a bit different than the estimated. I timed it, and I will probably be around 2 to 4 minutes above estimate. I'm sorry about that, because I did not think of... Whoa. That's not good. I did not think of this timing difference, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Oh, come on. Yeah. Ridge is a very hard chapter, which is where you can easily mess up, as I did. But now we're coming to the last checkpoint here, which is Cliff Face. Cliff Face has very strong wind. So you need to adjust your playing to that. Oh, okay. For some reason I lost my speed there. No idea why. Oh, maybe I should talk about how dashes work in the game. Because you saw me doing some neat dash refreshes in the last couple screens. If you dash, Madeline's hair will go blue. So the dash, the hair itself is an indicator whether you have a dash or not. And if your hair's blue and you don't have a dash, it only refills if you hit the ground. And you need to touch the ground for more than 9 frames, if I recall correctly. We can abuse that if we jump a little later after we dash. So we start a dash, slide over the ground for 9 frames and then jump. That way we get a speed boost of the so-called hyper or super dash and still have our dash to do a second technique, strat, whatever you want. Oh, and we entered temple by now, which introduces us to coins. No, we had coins in free too, but it introduces us to red bubbles, that's for sure. Red bubbles are the advanced bubble version, since they don't stop at a certain amount of way. Ah, damn it. You can actually go all the way through this room if you get the trick I wanted to get, but never mind, it's hard. So, with Temple, there's an interesting thing to talk about. Oh. So far, I only played the so-called A-sides. But every chapter has a cassette hidden somewhere, like that one. And if you collect this cassette, you get access to the so-called B-side, which is a harder version of the chapter. Turns out, the B-side of Temple is actually faster than getting the cassette and... Oh, no, other way around. If you get the cassette and then finish the B-side, you're still faster than playing all the way through the A-side. And that's why we are doing just that. Collecting the cassette in A, then go on through the B-side. And hopefully save time. It's also not that hard. If you start running the game, you can go through, you can go for 5B. Not quite right away, but very early, and still make it useful. Oh, come on! I didn't get the trick. This is the hardest trick in a run. I wanted to show it off. Didn't get it. So now you see me going all the way through here, getting the key, going down here, going left. If I had hit the trick I wanted to hit, I could save all of that and just start in the right room where I just fly through. Usually in speedruns you would just go back to the map and restart the checkpoint, but since we are timing in real time, it's not worth that much. Also a very hard room here. And this is another trick coming up. I did it, I think 2 or 3 times already, but you can spike jump in this game. You just saw me apparently jumping off spikes. I didn't actually do it. I jumped from the wall behind the spikes. Because spikes in this game only hit you if you're going against them. If you go in the same direction as the spikes, they don't hit you. And this is what we abuse by doing spike jumps. So now we're in the second half of 5B. And we have new friends called the Seekers. We need to manipulate them in a certain way to get the best possible way and the fastest way through those rooms here. And then you can do something like that. And here we meet our friend Theo. He accompanied, he was our company all throughout the game. You can find him in every chapter. I think really every chapter. And now he has a problem. He is within those crystal, or this crystal, and we need to help him get out of there. And he helps us with those. Oh, come on. He helps us with those buttons. Okay, almost through. And this is the last room. Also the last room in B-sides is always a cycle room, like that one. Okay, I got it. Oh. So, 5th chapter down, only 2 more to go. Next chapter is Reflection. Here we get a very interesting new mechanic called the feathers. I will show them off in a second. So we rescued Theo and now we're flying up in the sky. There's a big cutscene happening here, I will not explain that. But it gives a little twist to the story. You should really experience it for yourself. But we're going on, yes. Tricky jump there, called the spike, the leg skip. Got it. Requires a bit of practice too. Another mechanic in this chapter is the Kevin blocks, like that one. Named, I think, after the audio guy at Mad Makes Games who made the game. And now they're called Extremely OK Games, if I'm informed correctly. Nice group of people, you can really support them too. Okay, here we go fast. Oh, damn it. That was not too fast. Yeah, but the chapters are also getting longer and longer the farther you come. The first 2 chapters were 1 minute, 2 minutes. Now we are at about 7 minutes for this chapter. And about 10 minutes for the chapter after that, so the game really makes the start easy and gets harder and yeah, but more rewarding too the more you get to the end, because at this point you are familiar with the mechanics. Also new mechanic here, bumpers, which are the closest thing to RNG in a game, since they move a little bit to the left and right. And depending on which pixel you hit when you hit them, you get a different kind of directional speed boost. They are the same every time when you enter a chapter though. So if you're doing the same every time, you should get the same result every time. Okay. Here's the little granny. We met her at the start of the mountain, the start of our journey, and she just asks some very important questions to Madeline, which she answers by continuing through the level. Kind of funny to think how this all got down. Oh, also this is the only water section we have in the game, thankfully. Water movement is a bit weird. There are some, like, not lakes, I don't know the English word, but oh, also battle and boost. Damn, so many things in this game I want to explain, but now we're in the battle and fight. So in chapter 2 she wanted to stop us, and now we are fighting her so that we can actually climb the mountain. Many people think that this part is in fact the most fun in the game, and I agree. Mechanic wise and in the casual playthrough, this was definitely one of the most fun parts. Okay, and next screen is coming up. An ultra dash. I will attempt it. I didn't quite get it. Sad. But we just continue through. Yeah, and of course our bad self is stuffed with lasers and fireballs, because that makes sense. Oh, not quite. You can make it cycle through there. Oh, I didn't jump from the wall. Okay, so first part is done. Now we get to this second phase of the fight, which introduces those moving blocks or falling blocks, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, mechanic-wise, a thing I did in this game a few times by now, but didn't explain, is whenever you move, and you move while being on a moving platform, both movements are combined. So if you have a platform that moves right, and you dash right on that platform, dash momentum and move momentum will get added up, and you will travel very fast. Okay, last part of the fight. And we've beaten her. And now we are friends. We are best friends, actually. We are so close that we actually merged. And this is why I now have 2 dashes instead of 1. That opens up a whole new... a whole lot of possibilities. But for now, this chapter is done. Okay, about 10 minutes to go now. Probably 11 for the last chapter. Story-wise, it's very cool, since we are gonna climb the mountain all over again. A very, very cool gimmick in this chapter. You revisit every single chapter of the game while climbing through this. If you will, this is the reflection part. And it's almost over already. They're not as long as the real chapters for sure. And as I said, we now have 2 dashes, which makes it a bit more comfortable. And Battleman is not only in us, but helps us too. Now we are in city again. Yeah, you are not only revisiting all the areas, but you need to... Oh, damn it. You need to actually use all the mechanics. Sorry again for that alert. Oh, come on. Yeah, you need to use the mechanics introduced in every chapter again to conquer the mountain. Feels
you
very
might
nice.
interrupt you real quick because we got a new donation actually.
Oh, sure.
So we've got a $51.80 donation from Alexander without a comment, but thank you very much. That's a very big
Wow,
donation
yeah.
right there.
That's a big donation. Thank you very much.
Much appreciated. Back to you.
Yeah, now that we have 2 dashes, we can make use of a mechanic called Dream Hypers. With those dream blocks, you can not only dash through them, but you can also use so-called hyper dashes at the end to make your way out of them quite a bit faster. You will see that in the upcoming screen. The thing is, it uses 1 dash, so in the first, in 2A, where we only had 1 dash, it didn't make too much sense, but now we can just abuse that, which I already did. So this was the 2A section. Now we are heading on through the hotel again. This part has, oh, come on, very cool screen. I think it's not the next one, but the one after that, yeah. So I will try to go very, very fast here. And I got it, nice. I think there's an even faster method, but it's very, very precise, like all in this game. So don't underestimate it. If you're not familiar with the game, I might make it look easy, but yeah, this game really needs precision. Probably the first speedrun you do when you learn this game is around 1 to 1.5 hours, depending on how serious you took it. And saving half an hour on the run really requires you to practice a lot. I think by now I have 800 hours in the game. But it's worth, because the movement in Celeste feels very, very nice. So if you want to try it out, please do it. This game is very, very speedrunner friendly. It has a very easy beginning curve. It's probably, you can say it's easy to learn and hard to master. But it also becomes progressively more fun the faster you go. Okay, now we are almost through the mountain. Only temple section is left before we can climb the actual summit.
Real quick, if you got time again.
Yes?
I forgot to mention that with that last donation, we've actually broken our, what do you call it? We've reached our goal of $250 actually.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We still can like go further though. You know, every dollar counts, obviously. And
yes.
Our new goal at this point could be just beating our total of last year, which was $403. So we still got 1.5 days to go. So absolutely possible at this rate.
Of course. I mean, probably easy. Would be very nice. Oh. Okay. This is a very cool thing called door skip. Your run is invalid if you're not doing it. It's the meme. Quite quick. Doesn't save too much time. It's only flex. Also, no geo boost. I'm sorry, prof. Okay, now we're at the end of the mountain and at the end of the game. This is the last section, called 3000 meters. It's nice that here are actual flags pointing out how far you have to go. We started at flag 30 and are at flag 28 already. I will not collect every flag, since some of them are slow or not needed. I mean, if you want, none of them are needed, but most you collect on the way. This section is divided in 3 new sections. This one is the downwind section. As you can see, the wind is going down and makes jumping kinda hard, but the wind doesn't affect your dash momentum, so dashing becomes the main way of movement. If it wasn't already. So here we have the opposite. It's the upwind section. And here jumping becomes very, very nice. You can travel a lot of distance with just a jump. But it has also the most difficult flags for casual play, like this one. Like 13, many runs died here. Because you have to collect those coins. Oh. And you have to dash through that tiny gap there. If you not know what you're doing, you're prone to die there. And then you have to do it all over again. But as the game itself said, be proud of your death count. The more you die, the more you learn in. Not advisable for real life though. Okay, the last 5 flags. 4 flags. You can count if you want. We are collecting every single one of the last. Flag 3. What the hell happened there? That's what I wanted to do. Flag 2. Oh. Misdirection dash. And flag 1. This is the final climb. And time. This was a very good summit for my strats. Okay, and here we see the epilogue screen with all our friends and the final time of 34:30. Oof, I'm fine with that. Sadly I didn't hit any of the big tricks, but that's okay. So this was Celeste any %. Really try out the game if you want. It feels very nice. Even if you just play it casually, it's worth. And it's also only 20 bucks, I think. Yeah, with that, the run concludes. Thank you very much for whoever watched. And thanks SASE for having me.
Thank you for being here.